babies, direct from the beautiful Inland Blue Studios. Honey, this is the Nerdlife Crisis podcast with your host, that fine-ass Chris Thayer, that beautiful Steve Hale, and that big hunk of chunk of meat, Ron Milts. Woo! Mama's hot up in here. Let's get this party started.
All right, everybody, and welcome back to the Nerdlife Crisis podcast. Here with your host today, Chris Thayer,
Steve Hale,
Mike Jones,
and I'm Ron Milts, and we're back.
Hey, everybody. How's it going?
Sooner than 6 weeks. That's how much we like our listeners. So we wanted to make sure they got as much of us as possible, especially because it is like that time of the year. Like everything's happening, like starting essentially like this week.
Yeah, I mean, well, and you guys have been on like the month-long comic con tour.
You ain't lying, dude.
So they've been out there rubbing elbows with all you listeners and fans of the comics.
I know.
Chris and Ron.
We got a lot of new listeners.
We do have a lot of new listeners. And especially our last push, the Mouskatools push that Steve threw in there.
Hey, you like that? I get notified about every like and every share, and I can't seem to figure out how to turn it the fuck off, man. And Chris says, there's the option to, I have turned it off.
I know, it just ignores you.
telling me, man.
And your phone's like, bung, bung, bung.
I thought it was a very
bung.
funny meme. And I was like, you know what? I got $10 on this one. I need to share this with the world, man.
Well, and you know what? It always, like, it's funny every time one of those goes out and like we do like a little ad buy, it always brings in a whole new bunch of listeners.
It does.
And we'll see if they stick around or not, if we can manage
we
to put
hope
out
you do.
content. Yeah, well, this is true. This is true.
Enjoy.
But yeah, we finished up the hell that was the 3 Comic-Con weekends in a row. The Friday one, we were doing WonderCon. And just to cap off that perfect end of the 3 weeks, I got stuck in traffic for 3 hours going from Riverside to Anaheim.
40 miles.
Yeah. I probably could have taken a plane from Ontario to LAX and been there sooner. Or John Wayne, it just was that bad of a trip. But, the weekend turned out great. We sold a ton of art. We had a bunch of new people, new listeners come through.
You guys are starting to get up there. I think you should probably just take a helicopter.
Oh, if only.
It'd be like Neil Diamond in Vegas, just like flying into the hotel from his residence.
You
guys are kind of getting that.
But we got to do it Nerdlife Crisis style with more like 20 drones all hooked together.
And you guys are like sitting in like a lawn
chair in the middle of
like
it.
the balloon thing that people used to do.
Exactly.
Cool.
Like it's up. Like,
you still like some of those prototype Amazon ones.
Yeah, I like that.
Hook them all together.
That's good. I like that. I'm all about that. So we finished up, and our new Nerdlife Crisis poster with you as the Hulk got a lot of love over the weekend.
It looks good.
You guys put that up?
We did. Dude.
Oh shit! I didn't see any pictures of that.
It looks good.
Oh yeah. You got a lot of. We didn't get as many like as Steve here this weekend, but we definitely a lot of people were like, "That's a rad poster." Like,
yeah, and a lot of my people who were there were very busy doing their.
The 501st was hopping over there on this side.
Yeah, I ran into Glenn.
They're pretty. Yeah, they're pretty busy these days.
Oh, you get to see Glenn? I didn't get to see Glenn.
Yeah, I was walking by because I was looking for the ice cream, and they were right next to the ice cream. This was the last day, and I saw him, and I walked right up to him, and stuck my hand out, and he had no idea who I was for like a good 3-4 seconds.
And then he went,
and then he was like, "Oh my god!"
Oh well, speaking of ice cream, I gotta segue real quick into a dumb shit my kid did this week. So we got home after baseball on Saturday, and it was like hot, and so we were riding bikes out in the front yard and just generally playing and wrestling, and the shaved ice man went by, not like the ice cream man, but it's like a dude in a shaved ice van. Yes. And he's like, "Oh, could we have some?" And the wife's like, no, like you already had enough candy. So we played for like another half hour, and he's like dripping sweat because it was like nice and warm on Saturday.
Oh, yeah, like 85.
Yeah, and he like we hear him, and we heard him coming back, and we were like, you know what? Never mind. When he comes back up this way, we'll have some shaved ice. And he's like, oh, yes. And so we hear him, but he's like not on our street. He's like on the street, like crossing the other direction. So we're like, all right, well, we'll just walk up to the corner. It's like 7 houses and we'll catch him over there. And so we're walking up to the corner. And right as we get in the corner, we see him going away from us. And my son, who's got like this inner fat kid inside of him, even though he's this little tiny thin kid, is like, no! And he's like in his baseball like sandals that we have. So he uses them when he goes out of his cleats. And he starts running down the street in his sandals, loses one, and is like, no, come back. Like waving his hands, takes the other one off and fucking throws it at the van.
It might work.
And literally after he gets the next one off, he just explodes out of a cannon barefoot, and we're like, should we chase after him?
It's too late now.
It's like, be free, son, be free.
Stay on the sidewalk.
So this guy finally sees him, turns back around. Everybody got their shaved ice, but it was like this great moment. He's like, no.
I think the ice cream man in the neighborhood I grew up in tried to see how fast us kids could ride our bicycles to catch him. I swear he gunned it a little bit. Yeah.
Bastards. I think we all have a story like that. For sure.
At some point, but just watching this small child in his like chaklas running down the street, you know.
And I love he took it off and threw it.
He threw it at the guy, like stop! Don't you see me running, asshole?
More do I have to do? Fuck it, you're getting the sandal.
So, Chris, anything interesting going on in your world?
Oh Jesus, dude! So the wife has been like the genealogy detective for the last 2 weeks, and she has found like all the way back to like the 1500s. Like she's gone back decades, hundreds of years, finding like her family line, and she's finished her mom's side, her dad's side. She's got all this stuff, and I'm like, good God, how are you even finding this shit? Then she decided she was going to do the girls. And now, if you don't know, I have 2 stepdaughters, and they're, in their 20s now. And we talk about Darian all the time. So she starts tracing back, and we know that there's going to be some weirdness in there because, just... I want to say this in a mean way, but there's some definitely questionable things that have happened in time in that family line. But a
lot of pillaging.
Yeah, it's just bizarre. So at one point she like stopped and she was stumped. She's like, this doesn't make any sense. And I'm like, what? So I go in there. I'm like, what's going on? She's like, well, I mean, you've got this guy here, and then he had these 2 kids. Holy shit, they got married. Like the son and daughter got married. And I'm like, that's in fucking Kentucky, isn't it? And she looks like, holy shit, it is. Like, totally. So, of course, now we're both dying like inbreeders.
Cue the banjo.
Like, legit inbreeders in their family line. So we're sitting there for hours, and every time we hear a car, we're like, oh my God, it was them. So just waiting for them to come through the door. It's like, hey, guess what? So finally we pull him into the room and kind of show it to him, and it's like, Lauren was furious. So
like, what are you gonna be mad about? Like,
well, and of course,
it
was like a couple hundred years ago or something. So it was like, but still, like, of course, everything that either one of them has ever complained about or anything they've ever done that we thought was stupid, it was always because of inbreeding. So that's like forever. It's like, whatever, go take out the trash, inbreeder, So yeah, that's been our last 2 weeks, figuring out that our kids are all tarded.
I'm gonna do one of those, and when it comes back that I've got like 1% like African in me, I'm just gonna start wearing traditional African garb.
And here's the funny thing:
go Wakanda, yeah.
For years,
full Wakanda.
Yes.
Right? For years, Carrie had been told that she's like 1/8 Native American,
And she's not.
Not a drop.
Yep.
In fact,
Hello, Elizabeth Warren.
she was told that she was like 50% German. Nope.
Yeah.
It's like 2%.
Well, that's
like
something
all
that
fucking British.
That's something I learned is genealogy and hereditary are very different. Right. So if your parents your mom is 100% Italian and your father is 100% French, you are not 50% Italian,
right.
50% French. When you do your genealogy, when you do your DNA test, you could be like 90% French, even though,
right.
hereditarily you're 50-50, but
right.
genetically you're...
Well, we did find something interesting on her line back in like the 1500s. We found a Lord somebody Thayer in her family line.
So you guys are also inbreeders.
I don't know if that's true yet.
Yes.
But we will find out when she runs my family tree. Now, the funny thing is, of course, she's able to like find all kinds of records. There's tons and tons of records. And of course, like the big thing is like, okay, well, you know, which one of us has slavery in our family line? So then that's like, you know, going through is like, oh my God, you had slaves. Your people suck, you know? So yeah, I'm waiting to find out. And she's like, just wait. Yours is coming. We're going to find out.
Which one did you guys use?
I think she's on Ancestry.
Is it Ancestry? Because there's two, right?
There's
two, like,
23
big
and
ones.
me.
Dude,
That's the one
she like
Yeah.
went down the rabbit hole with this shit. Like
Yeah.
she made these because she went to her grandparents' house and they found all these old black and white photos.
Uh-huh.
Like she's basically gone through and made these huge binders that trace like 400 years of family history. It's insane.
You have CSI going on in your
It
house.
is
And now she's
crazy.
like, I'm gonna bind these in leather.
Right.
The Necronomicon.
Yeah,
right.
you know.
So
I have
that's-
some questions too, because my dad would, and I don't know if this is super racist or not. He's like, Jesus Christ, are you fucking Polish?
right. Right. You're gonna
So I
find
was
out.
like, I don't know.
Like 60%.
Am I Polish? I don't know.
I feel like there's a strong chance,
Right.
you know?
Well, and I've been talking like I'm Irish for the longest, and she's like, you are not Irish, you're like British. You're British and French. That's where the Thayers come from. And like, I'm telling you, I'm Irish. I'm like at least like 30-40% Irish. So it comes back, yep. So I'm like, in your face.
You can't trust any of that. Like,
I don't know, man.
I
think
don't
they're-
know. I mean, she can trace
think-
where they're
I think
from.
genetics in there for the Matrix.
Well, see, the way I look at it, I was already in the military, so they already have my DNA on file, so
There you
it
go.
doesn't matter. I can sell it to the commercial people
Gonna
too.
clone the
It's
shit out of
all
you no
yeah,
matter what,
It
so-
doesn't matter.
Right.
Well, he's full of all kinds of weird experimental vaccines, anyways. you know,
right, right.
Yep.
that you vaccine people out there.
I know.
You,
That's
know,
what
you guys know best because you've been Googling shit.
Not even that.
know?
They've been on the Facebook. They figured it out.
So speaking of your 1% Black heritage,
Actually, I don't. But it's funny.
I think it's me.
Lauren has a little
It's me.
Congolese in her.
I bet
like,
she does.
Like a,
Oh!
that was interesting.
I bet it was.
Anyway,
So
yeah, I
so update.
I in February
Since we didn't podcast a lot in February, we sort of missed this.
I forgot to tell you this. So I show up to pick up the kid, and that's where the Black History Month celebration was last year. Was at the middle school. So I go to pick her up, and the principal comes walking up, and she's like, "Hey, how you doing?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm good, I'm good." Well, we have our Black History Month celebration again
yes.
next week, and I'm like, "Yeah." She says, "If we can get you to come out and play again, I'll give your kid any schedule you want." And I'm like,
Isn't that how Lori Loughlin went down?
Right,
Like,
right.
what-
Right?
So, and I was like, no, I will say it was sort of tongue in cheek, but yeah, I had to turn it down. I had a gig. I had a gig.
Up this
I had to pass up the gig.
Why did you pass it up? Man? That could have been like, I'm part of your death byline right there.
Dude, it's just too weird. It was
Yeah.
weird the first time.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'd say so.
it was fun, but it was a little over the. But yeah, they wanted an encore of the performance, so it must have been good. Either that, or they gotten even more desperate this year. It just didn't pan out. So I had a gig. I couldn't do it.
Oh, I bet you did. I bet there was definitely some. Yeah, well, I'm conflicted. I'm very booked up for Black History Month.
what about Wednesday? Nope. No good either.
Well, Steve, what have you been up to? Anything fun in the last 2 weeks?
No, the kids have been really fucking good behavior. Nothing crazy. I have talked about that I'm going to be a grandfather, right?
You did? Yeah,
Bring
yeah,
that up. Hopefully within the next 24 hours, we're going to find out if we got a little boy, a little girl. So we'll see.
Well, it's going to be a little girl.
I'm hoping.
It's
I'm
absolutely
telling
gonna
you,
be a
I
little
need
girl.
some sweetness in my life because these guys just come up to you and they fart on you, dude.
Yes.
I don't know where they learned this.
Wait, are you
from.
talking about Mike or your sons?
I'm
'Cause
talking Mike. They must have hung out with him.
I'm a
And-
positive influence.
Yeah. I mean, first it was funny, and you're like, dude, listen, you really. I need to check your pants. I think you just shit them. It's like, dude, it's like people.
That was
farts
too
now,
wet.
It's like,
Yeah.
they've been good boys. I don't have any great stories.
Dude, I just realized something that it didn't dawn on me until like just now.
Which is?
and this might tie into the previous story. So I realized this morning there were new certificates on our fridge. Like, we post the kids' awards and shit. And I just realized there's a math award for, what is it, Crafton Hills Elementary.
Okay.
From, like, last month for Darian. Like, she's 21. How the fuck did she get an award that had the date from last week on the and there's another one for like AR goals or something with her name on it. Like, what the hell is going on?
Don't these fucking schools have like quiet rooms now and shit?
She's 20. How is she getting an
know.
award?
It's fucking...
Like, what is happening at my house?
Maybe it's like a Billy Madison situation.
It's a total
where
Billy
she's,
Madison
you know.
situation.
They're like,
dude.
you're having a tough time in college. You should come in here and color with crayons.
Well, she has been in her fourth
Like, this
car
shit's
accident
real
recently.
happening. Is this really happening, or is this just internet myths? That's why she got an award.
Have you colored as an adult? It's actually kind of fun.
No.
I color all the time.
Yeah, that's your.
I tell you,
life.
I have a whole center divider of my son's artwork. I don't need to color. I look at theirs and go, oh yeah.
Yeah.
We have a wall dedicated to that.
Yes, I've seen it framed.
Yeah. Well,
Yes.
it's our art gallery.
That's a little extra.
Yeah.
It's a little extra.
We literally had a wall where it's like, well, what do you want to hang on this wall? And it's like, well, a big picture is very
Well, when I
expensive.
came in earlier, his son was like curating it to some other kids and shit.
Right,
He was like dressed up.
He was doing the voice of the guy from Infinity War, where he's like, well,
Yes.
congratulations, your child Thanos. Here's some beautiful art over here.
What I noticed is they didn't put prices because if you have to ask, you can't afford it.
Yes.
Is that like a ZJ? Or yeah, and then Steve almost got a swift kick in the butt because once
No,
again,
I did.
Did you?
I did.
He agreed to let him kick
I
your
did
ass?
agree to let him give me a kick in the ass.
He is like really into that. Like
Yeah,
that's his,
he
like.
is a nice square, solid.
It might have been
in
the worst thing
center.
I've ever taught him because he almost kicked me in the fucking taint the other day.
Oh shit!
I
Well,
was
luckily
all-
he was very square with me.
He definitely.
right where he needed to be.
What?
I don't have any of those stories to relate. In my house, it's more like you hear down the hall. If I had balls, I'd take them off and throw them at you.
I have. I keep
That's not
saying-
how they work.
I'm just saying, I have a house full of girls. If I had balls, I would take them off right now and throw them.
Mine are still like taking showers and baths together, and I hear from the other rooms like, "Get away, or I'm gonna pee on you," and you're like. "Ugh, don't pee on your brother, you fucking weirdo. That's weird." And I look at the wife and say, they gotta stop fucking bathing together. They're getting too old. This can't happen when they're 16. So why don't we just stop it now? They're
Why are you
fine.
trying to change who
I said,
they are?
They're peeing on each other, man. It's fucking
Let
weird.
them be who they are, dude.
Yeah. Just let them go. Just let them fucking.
See, if you squash it now, they'll be paying to do that
They'll
later.
be like, right.
So you got to wean them off of it.
Whoa,
You know
not
what?
about
Maybe
the
that
beans,
that
all right?
explains a lot now. 'Cause, Jennifer's always like, I gotta pee. And I say, oh, can I jerk off on your feet while you do it?
I guess
It makes a lot of sense.
Now you know.
it explains
A
it.
lot of things are starting to fucking make a lot of sense right now in the
All
middle of this
right,
broadcast.
let's transition out of that. So we got a lot coming up in the next couple weeks. Monsterpalooza.
Monsterpalooza this weekend, yes.
I swear next year we have to get a table there.
Lifetime Achievement Award for Tom Savini. Very excited Saturday night to see
Very
that.
cool.
Yeah, very well deserved.
Very cool. Are you got tickets for this weekend?
Yeah.
Not
yeah.
doing celebration with everybody else, huh?
No, dude. You know what, dude? Star Wars Celebration, I went to Anaheim a few years ago, and that was a lot of fun. But by the end of the weekend, if I see one more 1983 Millennium Falcon, like, I don't fucking care.
Not enough to.
Not enough,
It's-
dude.
it's sort of-
It's not enough.
yeah.
Like, a whole convention just dedicated to one
But
movie
Hayden's going to be there.
franchise.
Hayden's going to be there.
Here's the thing: you can see all that shit on the internet because they live stream all that. So the only thing they don't live stream will be the trailer, but then that'll be out a minute after it shows there. So
I mean, some of the large scale club props that are brought in,
Very cool.
It's very, very cool, but I don't know. I was like, I'm sitting this one out.
I mean, I completely understand. Like, we did Celebration. I think it was like a day and a half of fun. And
Yeah.
I was good. Like, I don't know that it was 4 days of fun or 3 days of fun. Like,
yeah.
to me, it was like, there was definitely a day of like walking the floor, and that was cool. And I bought
No.
some cool shit, and there were some cool exhibits. But at the end of the day, I was like, I don't know that there is more fun in this.
Even as a member of the 501st, if you guys don't know, the 501st is a Star Wars costuming club. It is the largest Star Wars costuming club in the world.
And charity organization.
They don't like it when we add that.
Oh, okay.
Because we're a costume club, but we do charitable work.
Yeah, okay.
But we have a whole weekend of slated activities, and I'll tell you what, the price just goes up from there.
Really?
I mean, oh yeah, the bash. You think what we do in San Diego during Comic-Con is cool?
Yeah.
The bash is a whole nother fucking level.
Oh wow.
It is crazy, and there's, each detachment has its days as doing photos, and then you're doing your squad photos, and then the garrison photos, and then the whole club photos, and everybody wants to take pictures with you. And there's a lot of work behind it. There's a lot of people doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes, and it's very cool. But I don't know. I just didn't want to fly halfway across the country to go do it again.
Right.
I'm still recovering from 4 years ago, I think.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I honestly, like, at the end of that weekend, I was so exhausted. Like, I got home and I just like dropped my fucking costume bins in the fucking garage, and I was like, okay,
I'm good.
I'm gonna decompress from Star Wars for at least 72 fucking months. So
What's happening upstairs?
I think he fell out of bed. Sometimes that happens. He jumps on his bed and he falls off intentionally.
So yeah, I picked Monster Palooza.
All right, fair enough. Well, you will definitely give us a Monster Palooza update on the next podcast.
I will.
All right.
Yes, I will.
All right,
Yeah.
cool. And then we do have Hellboy coming out this weekend as well.
Very
so-
excited about that one.
Yeah, man. Like
Yeah.
every trailer looks better than the last on that one.
Definitely.
It
Yes.
just doesn't look right to me. I'm gonna go see it.
I think
What
he
the
looks.
you're missing Ron Perlman?
Yeah, it's just
I'm
like
not.
his face is like Amy Schumer small in the middle of his head. It just doesn't look right. It just looks weird to me.
You just called Hellboy a potato.
I think he looks fucking great. Just so you know.
I think he looks really great, and I think
I
the
think his head's
monsters
big,
of
but
what
his
I've seen
face
so
is
far look really fucking cool.
I would agree with that 100%. Like
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
monster work on this looks as good as the Guillermo del Toro stuff,
Yeah.
Yep.
which I can't believe I'm saying.
A lot of the artists who worked on his movies also worked on this movie.
Oh, that's good then.
Yes,
That's good.
I know for a fact Norman Cabrera.
Is he executive producing this in some way, shape, or form?
I don't know, but I know Norman, who did a lot of the characters in both the first and second movie, did a lot of the characters in this movie as well. He did Death in the second one. I think he worked on the Russian puppet
Oh, yeah.
on the
yeah.
first one.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
was his. So yeah, I mean, they got a lot of the same team on the visuals for this.
Cool.
So that's
and
cool.
Doug Jones is back as Abe, right?
No.
No.
It's a whole new cast.
Yep.
It's completely?
No
Abe's not in
Abe
this, yeah.
and no what's her name?
Yeah.
The
It's some
fire
other.
girl.
Yeah, I can't remember her name. I'm sorry. I've seen
They
other.
went with all the sort of comic original iterations.
Oh, okay.
But they
Okay.
didn't bring in Abe Sapien into this one. I think
Okay.
intentionally to distance themselves.
I hope they at least brought Doug Jones in for
I don't think so.
some of the creatures. I
I
mean,
mean, like, do you need Doug Jones for
yes,
everything?
he's amazing.
Well, he's on Star Trek, so you can go watch him.
He's sitting there fucking bathing in that the money he made from The Shape of Water.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
So
where he was the creepy little alien creature that humped that lady.
it comes out of like a
so
shell.
hot, dude.
It's wiener. It's fish. It's fish
so hot.
wiener.
And he was all.
Yeah.
So, dude, that was like the sequel to Creature from the Black Lagoon that Steve never knew he wanted right there. You got done watching, you're like, holy fuck, it happened. They made a sequel to the Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Finally.
Like, it happened. Well, we definitely will be doing updates on that, but we got some stuff that like happened that we still need to talk about. So let's talk about that Joker trailer that dropped this last week. So what are our reactions to that?
Who wants to go first?
I mean, I got a lot to say about that.
I'm excited about it.
Okay.
I wasn't at first, but man, I'll tell you what, this new trailer dropped, and I was like, I am a huge fucking Scorsese fan. I am a huge fan of Taxi Driver. I have been for a very, very long time.
It's got that feel.
And it has got that fucking feel.
It's like
not
Taxi
even
Driver
funny.
and what's that Last Comic on Earth or the comedian movie that he did?
Last Comic Standing?
No, that's that
No.
game show they do on Channel 4. But yeah, it's like that movie about the comedian.
With De Niro.
Yeah. That's like...
You know, it looks like this dive into the dark madness that we like to talk about mental health.
But we sure don't like to see it.
No, we
No.
don't.
Somebody
No,
made
we
a great
don't.
meme that said 1989, let's get an origin story for Joker, let's throw him in acid. 2019, let's get an origin story for the Joker, let's throw him into society.
Yeah.
Yeah, no lie, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know that I need all. Like, look, the Jack Nicholson one, there's something about that I will always love. It's campy in that way that
Yeah.
the 60s one is, but it's still a little dark because Batman's like throwing fuckers off a roof and killing folks, you know?
Yeah.
But like this one, it's like if you, it's almost like you take the Heath Ledger Joker and instead of like showing you the final version of it, like let's show you how he got to that position, you know,
Yeah.
essentially.
Yeah.
So, and to me, I'm okay with that. Like, I think it's interesting.
You know, and the other thing too is anybody who reads Batman comics over the years, the Joker has had many different renditions of how he has looked. Its origins are always a little bit tweaked and different and shit like that. It just depends on who was fucking writing it and who was the artist behind it. I mean, the last one in the New 52, I think it was, where he cut his own face off with a fucking box cutter,
Like,
and then staple gunned it back
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
That was pretty fucking
little-
cool,
it's a
man.
little dark.
Yeah.
It's way dark, you know,
Yeah.
but you have to be these days. You are not going to get that audience.
Well, I mean, because the audience is us.
Well,
Like,
and the other
you know.
thing too is like,
Yeah.
listen, man, you've been telling us the same fucking story for 50 fucking years. So then, you know, they bring in new teams and mix it up and shit.
That is exactly why I did not mind the Jared Leto approach to the Joker. Because
you're
at
completely
least-
alone.
I know. At least it was something new.
Sure.
It wasn't necessarily cool,
If by
but
new
it was
you mean,
new.
If by new you mean they really like Antwerp, then yes, it was definitely
Yes.
something new. I too like Chappie. Like, that's a fun movie, but I don't.
I
need-
still think
yeah.
it's better than just doing the same shit.
Hey, I like the approach. I just didn't like the final product of it.
Well, no.
I mean, like,
there was a
like
lot of
even
problems with that
like
movie.
you know, even the tattoo work and stuff. It was like,
It was a little little on the nose.
He looked like a
well, it
mumble
didn't
rapper.
look well.
No.
Exactly. You know, he definitely influenced, or that influenced his
Yeah.
look. I didn't like the tattoo work. Looked like garbage. You know,
He looked
I
like
think it could have
the-
been better.
His tattoos look like the desk in the detention room.
I even liked, honestly, I liked his teeth and shit.
You
I
know
like
what?
that. You know, it's
To
the
be
grill.
fair,
You know,
look at all of the guys, like especially in the rap world. Their tattoos are garbage. They're awful.
oh, I know they look like Peaky
So,
floaters in my fucking
but-
seventh
Yeah.
grade, dude.
I
It's,
think
it's
if you're
horrible,
trying to
dude.
capture-
And their music fucking
Right.
sucks.
Oh, it's terrible.
Anybody who wants to fucking dispute that, listen, you're just wrong. I'm not even gonna argue with you. You're just wrong.
Oh yeah, I posted
This
about
is
that.
garbage
Like,
music.
is every single song nothing but triplets? Like
Sucks.
every fucking song that's out right now sounds like that. It drives me insane.
Welcome to the Old Man Yelling at the Cloud podcast.
Get off my lawn!
Fuck that shit.
So, anyways,
Get a
kinda-
new rhythm.
I think they missed the mark on that Joker, but I think we're going to see something pretty interesting with this one. That's my opinion. Who's next?
I just don't know that we need it. I mean, another fucking Joker? Do we? I mean, I'm sure it'll be good, but at this point, I'm hoping they add something new. You know,
Well, I think DC, like, this is their new plan. We're gonna do like
the same shit in 15 different ways.
I don't know that. Look, being
I
the
think
only
we're-
one at the
I think
table
we're
that's
gonna
seen
see
Shazam
something
at this
different.
point, I think that they are finally finding their legs once again in their storytelling. I think you're gonna see something different with this.
they got Zachary Levi is what they got.
Well, I'm telling you,
That
man.
dude is fucking comedy gold.
But the whole concept, like it's a bit of a stretch. Like, even as you're watching it, you're like, this is a bit of a stretch, but it's so endearing, like Shazam, that
That's
like you end up
him.
loving it. I think with this Joker movie, like, man, I don't not like Joaquin Phoenix. Like, I don't love Joaquin Phoenix, but I certainly love what he's doing in that trailer. Now, fool me once, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been fooled by trailers a couple times at this point by
Ain't
the
that
DC
fucking
folks.
truth, man.
You know,
It sucked me in many times.
so,
man.
but they got me on this one again. Like, I think it looks interesting. I think like the fact that he's a character that looks like he's been beaten down by society and he's sort of been run over the coals, you know. But at the same time, I'm like, Joker's always tied to Batman. So how are they going to work that in? You know, it's always like that idea of
I believe there's a scene where he's meeting young Bruce Wayne.
I mean,
He's the kid. He puts his fucking hands in his mouth and makes
you
it-
think so? You think that's Bruce Wayne?
I don't know where I heard this from, but yeah.
I mean, look, I'm in 100%. I think it looks fantastic. And I especially like watching the dude like fall into madness, you know? But it's like, if there's not like that, to me, it's like, well, you have a Joker and there's a young Bruce Wayne. So what is he like? Joker just hangs out for 10 years being crazy, you know, while he turns into Batman,
hones his skills.
It's called Gotham.
I mean, look at by the time fucking you see the Heath Ledger Joker, you'd think this motherfucker spent some time in the special forces.
Right?
I mean, he's so tactical, and he is like 7 fucking steps ahead of everybody else. He didn't just like learn that overnight.
No.
You know, maybe it starts off small madness and then it builds up over the years, you know.
I mean, once again, I don't know that I personally, I hope Batman's not in the film. I hope that Thomas Wayne's not in the film, but I don't think that's going to be the case. I think they're going to somehow like...
I hope it's just a nod at the very end.
Nah, I think it'll end up being a situation
I'm
where...
with you. Like, I think that sounds good, man.
I think it'll end up being a situation where like Thomas Wayne is the bad guy, you know?
Uh-huh.
Oh, wait! Look who just walked in the room. It's Mike Eastman!
Hey,
Welcome.
Okay, slow down there, Fat Albert. Like, so, Mike, you missed most of the conversation. We've been talking about the Joker movie.
Oh, the new Walking Phoenix?
Yes.
Looks good.
Are you excited?
I'm super excited. I like the... it kind of is a mix between the Christopher Nolan Batman that we saw and...
Walk the line.
I say Walk Hard, the Dewey Cox story.
But no, it looks really cool. It looks grounded in reality, but kind of fun and quirky. And I like the idea of looking at the supervillains and looking at these comic book characters as a introspective character piece, as opposed to watching people punch each other for the last half hour of a movie.
I will give you that. Yeah, I mean, that is the one thing that I keep talking about Logan. I mean, it's more than just people blowing shit up and stabbing each other.
He does blow some shit up.
He does blow some shit up in the end.
I love the end of this movie.
But it's the payoff, because you
It's
don't have a lot
earned.
of that.
Well earned.
Hey,
It is
that's my
earned.
line. You don't have to steal my fucking line, all right? But you know what's funny? So did you end up seeing Shazam, Mike?
I did see Shazam last night.
Oh, nice. So you and I can have a discussion towards the end about Shazam.
Great.
Right. But no, in a realistic sense, like that movie is a perfect example of a movie that ends with a lot of punching at the end that I did not love as much as everything that came before it.
Now, will this tie into Nightcrawler starring Jake Gyllenhaal?
Are you talking about Joker? Or Shazam?
Joker.
Maybe. You never
Because
know.
I mean, I know
wanna
that
see
wasn't
the
about
Joker.
the Nightcrawler, but I know that was a lot of confusion that came out when that movie came out.
I want Joker and Shazam in the same movie.
I mean, it could
That would
happen.
be dope as hell.
Look, once again, the Shazam movie, having seen it, and now I like in a pure spoil, like you can't really spoil anything. You've seen the fucking trailer, you
It's
know
goofy as fuck. I already know.
but it's funny. Like
Yeah.
I laughed quite
It's
a
goofy.
bit.
It reminds me of Spider-Man 2.
It's big.
Yes, that is a great example. Yes, and it's like but it's more than big. It's sort of the story of the kid who's in foster care. And then he's got all these foster siblings, and they don't really like they all want him to be part of the foster
And
family.
it's got like a sword and sorcery kind of aspect
Yeah.
to it, and there's like
And what's
horror.
his face? Dijon Hujanzu is
Shimon Hunsu.
There we go. Is,
Dijon mustard.
is the wizard, and I'm like, oh, it's like now it ties into Guardian of the Galaxy as well. He's like, say my name.
Well, then wasn't Zachary Levi in Thor?
Yes, it's an MCU movie, and that's what's weird about it. Actually, at the end of the day, when you get done watching it, you're like, that really felt like an MCU movie, as opposed to the previous DC expanded universe stuff. You know?
I heard a good analogy where basically Marvel movies kind of feel like a serious story with icing of humor on top of it, where this feels like it's a humorous story with an icing of seriousness on top of it.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. Like it's fun. There were a number of good laugh out loud moments. Like if you've seen the trailer at all, the moment where the robbery at the liquor store happens.
That's a great moment.
There is a fantastic moment in there where he's like stop, gentlemen, and the dude like shoots him. And like they don't know that he's bulletproof, and they're like, they're like, dude, you're bulletproof.
It might be the suit.
It might be the suit. Shoot him in the face. He's like, yeah, shoot me in the face. He's like, and he like shoots him in the face, and he goes, oh, it just like, yeah. There's moments like that where it's like pure joy, you know. And then there's, you know, it just to me, it's like it's not surprising in any way, shape, or form.
No.
Like I didn't get to the end, and I'm like, what a great story. Like it goes exactly where you think it's gonna go. I think my boy is gonna love it. Like it's not, you know.
But you know what moment hit for me? Was throwing the guy through the window.
Yeah, right after that, you mean?
Yeah, it's so quick, and you just hear his little. "Ah!"
Oh, and the bad guy.
Yes.
So, as I was telling Steve, I think he was going to really enjoy the monster design on this movie. You know, it's like...
Oh, there is an actual monster?
There's a bunch of them.
Oh, yeah, man. Oh,
Oh.
yeah. So it's like... The big thing is like... so Shazam... I don't know the guy's name. It's Mark Strong is the guy from...
One-eyed man.
Yeah, so as a villain, I'm all no clue who he is. Not a Shazam reader, but not into Captain Marvel. But like,
Right, it's like I don't know the source material
at all. But sort of like, so there's the 7 sins. The 7 deadly sins are like the sort of opposite version of Shazam and his stop.
So wasn't The Rock supposed to be this character?
No,
The Rock is one of the producers, and he wants to be Black Adam,
which is a whole other character.
and they wanted to save him for the second movie, which has already been announced.
Yes. Well, and so what you get is you get these 7 sins that are like personified in creature form, and I think the designs on them is pretty cool.
They all look
actually.
similar, but a little different, and then they kind of inhabit their sin in their own little way. They're kind
Right.
of fun.
Yeah.
I like the one with the long, the venom tongue.
Yeah, like it's the sort of thing where you're like, the villain shows up, and we actually lead the story with the villain, and then he shows back up as an adult, and when he shows up an adult, he's like pure evil, and you're like, I like this is good. And then he like gets revenge on his dad and his brother, and he starts off literally throwing his brother out like a 50th floor window in a tower to
Sweet.
his death, and then has
With
all
no
the
build up to it either.
No, it's just like he's like, you know what? Fuck you. Throws him out the window,
Oh, shit.
and then all the creatures show up and kill everybody in this conference room, like right out of Dogma, and you're like,
It reminds me a lot of the tentacle scene in Spider-Man 2.
yes, yeah,
Nice.
So, and meanwhile, you're having all this fun with Billy, and it like balances out, and at the end of the day, you're like, that was a really fun movie. Like, I really enjoyed that.
Well, what's nice is you're actually afraid of the villain for Billy.
Yes, yeah, a little bit. Like, he's not like, it's not the thing where he's created because of Billy, which I liked. And it's not the thing where it's like, well, Billy shows up and automatically can win. And like the reason they win, there's a big twist at the end, which is kind of fun.
Yeah.
And then I do like the Superman cameo at the very end. So that was kind of fun. So, but that doesn't ruin anything either.
Did they use what's his name?
They did not use him.
It's just a body.
It's a body.
Oh,
like
okay.
it's the same suit, but they couldn't get Henry Cavill to come and do it. And it's literally like from the neck down, and it's this perfect setup because you keep like, I knew there was a Superman cameo, and I'm like, oh, it's gonna be here. Oh, it's gonna be here. Oh, and I'm like, wait a minute, wasn't there a Superman cameo somewhere in this movie? And then you get to the very end, and you're like, that's fucking clever. I like that. That's fun. So the movie as a whole, like, very enjoyable. I would
The best DC movie of recent years.
I did not like it more than I liked Aquaman, and I did not like it.
Oh, Jesus!
And I did not like it more than I liked Man of Steel. So
What?
I really like Man of Steel. So I think that's a great movie. I really enjoy the shit.
Aquaman?
Aquaman?
I literally went by Best Buy and thought, I own all the comic book movies on DVD and Blu-ray. I ain't fucking buying Aquaman.
Oh, thanks.
I looked at it and said, no.
What a great story. Thank you
I
for
am
telling
not-
that story.
I
Put my foot
buy.
down. I didn't buy that.
I bought Suicide Squad.
Oh,
I will not fucking buy Aquaman.
Oscar-winning Suicide Squad.
We can never take that back.
I'll tell you what. I over the weekend, they had like a superhero movie weekend, and I caught the beginning of Suicide Squad, and I tell you, dude, I could just watch Margot Robbie hang upside down in that fucking cage, like on a loop. Just play that.
that story is like
Play
you and
that
Chris
scene
hand in
again.
hand.
Play that scene
And
again,
jerk
man.
off on her feet while she pees.
Yeah, totally. Let's
She's
keep
getting
it-
her own movie.
We're gonna mix it up.
Well, did you guys hear the update on the Suicide Squad 2?
Yeah.
Like, so they're not going to
Recast Deadshot.
recast Deadshot now. So Idris Elba is going to be a completely different character.
okay.
Apparently, Captain Boomerang's coming back, and
Oh,
apparently
so what
Harley
the
Quinn's
fuck-
coming back.
I can hang with Harley Quinn, but Boomerang.
But she's getting her own movie, so I'm like, I wish they would have went a different direction
that's
with
like
it.
the fucking lamest fucking
He
character.
was almost as lame as the dude that they blew his head
So
off.
fucking bad.
Because at least that guy could climb.
Slipknot.
Oh yeah, he fucking sucked too. What's your power? Oh, I do like rope work.
Parkour.
Fuck, dude. Oh, what do you do? I'm a shapeshifter. Oh yeah, like to what? Like a fucking guinea pig. Oh. Well, that fucking sucks too. Like, is this all the B-rate fucking goddamn? Yeah, it's just
Well,
trash,
yeah.
man. It's
And when you
crap.
go back and rewatch it, and you're like, dude, they turned Killer Croc into like psoriasis man. Like I don't like what the hell, dude.
Yeah, they
just
could
needed
have
jerky.
done a way better job on the Killer Croc. You could have made something really fucking.
Well, he
cool
just needed
there.
some essential oils, dude. If he had some essential oils,
The idea that this team is brought together to stop a future Superman is just laughable right there.
Absolutely.
Because none of these guys have any powers except for Diablo.
I tell you, dude.
And not even together.
Yeah. So and I'm flipping
he
back
died.
and forth, and they've got the first Avengers on, and it's the end of the fucking movie, and they're pouring out of the fucking portal, and they all go, we're going back to back, and they're like Thor gets his fucking, his hammer, and Captain America's got his fucking shield, and Black Widow pulls out that motherfucking Beretta. And I was like, that's the stupidest fucking thing I've ever seen.
but
Holy
she
shit.
kicks really hard, dude.
Yeah.
She can flip and
Be thrown into different bad
She
guys.
has the electric bracelets. Leave her alone, dude.
at the bare minimum, like she at least has something that's reloadable
I
quickly,
got-
as
and
opposed
you
to
know what?
Hawkeye.
And then I'm like, probably has like a fucking California complacent fucking magazine in there.
It's like
There's
5 rounds max.
Right.
2 bullets in it.
Yeah,
And neither of them can pierce. Like they're both rubber.
right.
Frangibles.
Got a fucking super soaker for a fucking backup, And I'm like,
By the way, did you see
man.
the post of the Avengers poster, the Endgame poster redone, and everybody has the Hawkeye haircut?
The white trash fade.
Yes, yeah.
That's like my new favorite thing. Is all the like the Avengers Endgame memes have been so on point for like the last 3 weeks. It's been incredible. So I've been posting them as soon as I see a good one, they go up on the website.
The fucking one with Star-Lord where it says it's your fault. That was fucking great. That was a good one.
What's his face from Deadpool 2? Dave or whatever it was.
Oh, yeah.
And it's all Avenge the Fallen, and it's like him skydiving. I was like, yes.
I saw this one today. It was fucking. They said, "Look, it's gonna happen," and it was Ant-Man going towards fucking Thanos' ass.
So real quick, going back to Shazam. Do you suggest Shazam for everybody?
Yes. If you have a sense of humor or like comic book movies as comic book movies, definitely.
Yeah, it's kind of like a throwback comic book movie in a sense that it's fun.
It's not Oscar worthy.
No,
No,
but
it's
it's no pretentiousness.
It's an
about
80s
it.
kids movie.
Groundbreaking.
No, and like
Shocking the audience. With a
although
comic
I love
movie.
as well, like they literally go to the liquor store to buy beer, and there's that great like 80s payoff where it's like the kids drinking beer for the first time, and they
Oh,
drink it,
yeah,
and they're like,
that's
"Oh
good.
my god, it tastes like old feet. Why?"
They go to the strip club.
Yeah, and when they get the strip club, oh my god, there's like this reoccurring bit with the strip club, and like he goes in as Shazam, and he like gives the thumbs up, and he like comes out, and he's all, "I'm gonna need more money," and he's like, "Dude, you were in there for 3 minutes," and they were very convincing. And then there's this
All right.
fantastic throwback later in the movie where he's like, "Go." Think of the place. Like, how did you get out before? He goes, I just thought of him when he goes, well, think of somewhere and get us out of here. And it's like they zap, and all of a sudden they're like in the strip club, and it's like him and all these kids. And the little girl's like, "There's glitter. I want glitter."
Not from those people, honey.
Oh shit.
Like, it's really fun. Like, it's well written, and I think that's the thing. And I like, there's so many nice little moments, like when he's on the steps busking. And he's doing like the lightning. Like there's like, and you're just like, this is really fun. Whoever wrote this has a really great sense of humor.
The Santa Claus is in it.
Yeah, oh my god, the Santa Claus is fantastic.
It reminds me of the Sam Raimi movies where the extras are fun. Like they're bad fun.
Yeah, like I agree with that. Where like the first 2 Spider-Man movies felt that way.
Yeah, there's like, oh my god, it's Spider-Man, and you're like, who cast that guy?
And then you're like, he's gonna wrestle some random guy, and you're like, well, let's get Macho Man Randy Savage, because why the fuck not? And let's have Bruce Campbell announce it, because hey,
Because
yeah.
it's a Sam Raimi movie.
Exactly. So, all right, cool. So let's talk. We're at the end. We're at the end of the season, and we got to talk a little bit of Walking Dead recap.
Finally.
Mike and Mike are officially out.
Yep.
Thanks, Mike. Thanks for all your input there.
I got 10 on my TiVo right now,
It's like the whole half of this season, basically.
and I think that's because the first 10 deleted themselves as the other new 10 came in.
Oh, no.
Dude, you need to get a better TiVo.
You can keep all.
Fucking TiVo.
Yeah, not only that, but like, why are you
the
using a
fuck has
TiVo?
It's a
TiVo.
direct TV.
Oh, that
Does it
shit's-
go whoop whoop and the
that
little
shit's-
like dancing
I make
CRT
the-
television comes out?
I make
and-
the whoop whoop sound. Thank you.
So, Steve, you finally finished this season of Walking Dead. Did it redeem itself?
Yeah, but I gotta be honest, man. I'm kind of over it now.
Okay.
I'm done.
Oh.
It's been great. It's been a great run, but I just
You're wrong.
Yeah, maybe so, but
Do you really want to live in a world where they don't have a weekly zombie show, though?
Z Nation.
Oh,
That's not a zombie
no,
show.
that's fucking spider monkeys
you know what?
juiced
You know
up.
what? They've got me for one more, and that's the new Bill Murray, Adam Driver zombie movie.
Yes, that looks great.
Oh, just wait. There's another Walking Dead series.
Nobody
Yeah,
needs that.
I just heard.
Yeah, the
I just
third
heard
Walking
today
Dead
that they're
series.
going to make a third series.
Nobody needs that. But that
so-
Bill Murray, Adam Driver
the dead
trailer-
don't die. Yeah.
Okay, did
Yeah,
anybody
that
else
looked
go,
great.
hey, Royal Tenenbaums in a zombie movie?
Right.
Like, here
I
we go.
love
It's
it.
a Wes Anderson movie, like right in front of you there,
Yeah,
you know?
I'm in. I like those movies.
And the cast looks fantastic.
as hipster as they are, I like those fucking movies. Always have.
I love those movies.
Oh, they're
too.
great.
Royal Tenenbaums especially. But anyways, I'm
Gene
getting off.
Hackman. Gene Hackman by
You know
himself makes that
was
movie.
he hated that.
Really?
Oh my God! Yes.
Why?
You didn't know that?
No.
Oh, he fucking threatened. What's his name?
Owen
director.
Wilson? I mean,
No,
I
the
would threaten
director.
Owen Wilson and he'd be like, wow.
Well, I'm sorry. What's the director's name again?
Wes Anderson.
Wes Anderson. He was gonna kick his fucking ass. That's when he retired. That movie he was like done.
Really?
Oh my God! And they said he was a son of a bitch on that fucking movie, dude. Nothing good was said about him in that. Dude.
Really?
Oh, you don't know this?
No.
Oh yeah, look.
He's
it
like the
up,
Bruce
dude.
Willis of.
Oh, they said he was. Yeah. Remember how it fucking just broke Kevin Smith's fucking heart?
Yeah.
Dude? Yeah, he was just a fucking son of a bitch, dude. Yeah, cranky ass old man, dude. I loved him in it though. I thought he was great. Dude.
Yeah, it doesn't transfer to film.
Yeah. You know? I want a manservant named Pagoda too. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Wash my hands
Yeah.
of that.
Dude, I love that movie. It's so good. So,
yeah, right.
but
Back to Walking Dead. I don't know, man. I just, dude, like,
You gotta admit, this season has been the best since probably season 1.
no, I don't.
I'd
think,
say since the season 5, maybe, for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, they had fucking horror in this season.
Yeah, dude, you remember all the train
became-
car shit and like Carol killing the kids? That was all season
Oh, there
5,
have
dude.
been some
They-
greats. There have
Yeah.
been some great episodes and some great seasons. I listen. I don't think every season, every episode was fucking great. I think select. I'm
Absolutely.
like that with records too. You know, it's like I don't. There are very fucking few records where I like every song.
Right.
I'm like that with a season of any
There were
fucking
only
show.
one or two that I thought weren't really great
know.
this season.
I mean, Michonne did kill all those kids, so.
That was dope.
Yeah, she.
At the Jedi Academy?
She
I was
did,
gonna
actually,
say
yeah.
she pulls a fucking.
That was great.
Some Hayden shit there, dude. That was a good episode.
Yeah, man, there was a lot of good
I
stuff
still
this
couldn't
season.
understand. I was like, why are you doing what's your little Lord of the Flies fucking thing going on? But
Right.
whatever.
Like,
you
the
know.
sense behind it wasn't there for me.
No,
either.
that kind of lost me.
But
on
I
that.
was like, oh, True
Oh,
Blood
no.
tie-in, all right.
It
But
yeah.
I said, you know,
Perfect sense to me.
It's like
you can get these kids to do all the shit that adults can't do.
all of these bad guys and all in all of these seasons that we've encountered made sense in the beginning of the apocalypse. Now here we are, years after this has happened, and here you've got places that are actually building society back again. It didn't get blown out, and you still have these assholes wandering around in the fucking forest. Like,
Well, yeah.
like I don't think so, dude. I think it would have ran its fucking course, and either one side would have won out,
Maybe.
or the I don't find it fucking believable.
fucking world,
It's like, hey,
though.
look it. It's actually coming back together. No, we like doing this.
Like, I'd much rather live in a
I'm
world where I can
sorry,
leave my baby.
it's fucking super not fucking believable at all anymore.
I
In
don't buy
a world where the dead fucking walk. I'm sorry. Now this one, yeah.
But don't you feel like...
I want to live in a world where I'm going to leave my baby behind to get eaten by zombies.
You live
And
in
we're
a
gonna-
world where people don't fucking vaccinate their kids because they read it on Facebook, and you find that hard to understand.
I find that hard.
okay.
I find that hard to understand, and I
But
find
it
this
still
hard to
exists.
understand. You
There
know?
are people who were trolled with the fucking flat Earth shit, and they actually believe it, and you find this
I think
hard to believe?
Eastman, aren't you a flat earther?
No, but my sister-in-law
Jesus.
is.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Like, listen.
Oh
listen,
my god!
Listen.
What? No,
Wait, hold on.
You're
She actually
full of it.
believes...
This fucking threw me
My
off with
sister-in-law,
that, dude.
my half-brother's wife, believes in a flat Earth and that NASA, and is a flat Earther working at my work.
I
Someone
have
had the
one,
NASA
too.
symbol, and it said like "never a straight answer" on there, and I was like, "Oh fuck, I got one at my work."
Jesus.
See what the fuck you did? See what you did?
But that's exactly my
That's what you
point.
did.
I love that it's Chris's fault. That's my favorite part.
But that's the point, is that you find those things hard to believe. Those are the most believable things to me because I see the world and how fucking stupid people are. And here you have all of these people willing to follow her because she's convinced them that this is the way the world is now.
And I mean, you could believe Chris because this is coming from an inbreeder. Like, he knows.
It's in his fucking genetic stock, apparently.
We don't have proof of that yet.
So,
but the girls we know for sure.
As an inbreeder, he knows.
I don't know. It just run its fucking course for me. It's just run its course. You know, it's like, you know,
What can you do? There's zombies and there's crazy people. There's not a lot more you can really do.
yeah, and that's why it's like we've seen this now
Yeah.
7 different fucking times.
That's why I just wasn't
Kinda
feeling
like,
the need to watch this season.
I got
But
you.
are they crazy? Or have they just embraced the world as it is?
No, that's called crazy. What the fuck?
I don't
You're
know,
one of these
dude.
fucking people who fucking sit here and question crazy nowadays. Crazy's fucking crazy, yo.
I don't know, man.
No, it's fucking crazy.
It's a new
Listen,
reality.
when you want to go ahead and fucking wear the skins of fucking people walking around and pretend you're fucking dead, you're fucking nuts, dude. There's no like maybe about it, motherfucker. It's like there's not an opinion. That's fucking nuts, dude.
They're into Native
You're an
American.
enabler. That's what the fuck you are, dude. You're a fucking enabler, man. Well, maybe it's crazy. I don't know. Fucking Sigmund fucking Freud over here and shit, dude. I mean, fuck me. You know?
People will get used to really fucked up stuff. And it will become normal.
Oh,
That's just
they're
human
all
nature.
Patty fucking Hearst, apparently. A whole bunch of Patty Hearst.
Did you see
motherfuckers.
the fucking? There's a Stockholm
Tell me I'm
movie
wrong.
coming out as well.
I did see that.
The trailer for
yeah.
that looks
I did
fantastic,
see
by
that.
the way.
Yeah.
Just on a side note, so go look up that.
I'll need to see more to be convinced.
Oh, get the fuck out of here with that.
I don't know. Maybe. Fucking.
on a side note, a related thing. So my wife has decided because she told does your wife ever tell you something annoys you and you're like, good, well, I'm gonna lean into that like really hard now because why not? It's fun. So she told me because she goes. Han Solo has his thing. I have my thing. Han Solo, she says I love you, and he says I know, and she says I love you, and I go, yeah, me too, sometimes. And then she gets she gets very upset. So she tells me, she goes, the way you say sometimes, it really fucking rankles me. Like, it really pisses me off. And I'm like, oh.
Oh, you should listen then.
Oh, no. Like.
Oh, no, you're wrong.
But, dude, like,
Well, maybe.
there you go. See, it's like the way that Chris says rankles you. So it's like that idea of, like, so now I work it in at, like, like at the most special times, She's like, are you done? I'm all, sometimes.
See, this year, Jennifer and I we're having, like, this whole, like, reconnection thing. Like, we just like turn off all the lights, light a bunch of candles. I walk around no shirt, wearing a fucking sarong, right? like couples retreat and shit, dude.
People will get used to some really fucked up shit.
Best it's ever been. 23 years.
Nice, dude. Nice. Good times.
Absolutely. Just eat a couple of fucking pot gummies too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard you shouldn't do that like before you drive, though. I heard that's not the best idea.
And then don't go to fucking Trader Joe's.
Because you'll buy the whole store?
$65 worth of crap food, dude.
That is not a lie.
So I've heard.
I've heard, yes, I've heard. You got to be careful with those edibles. They will come back to bite you.
An hour and a half, my ass.
It's more like 17 minutes.
10 minutes or something, man. You're like, my mouth is high. And that's when you go, oh, all of you is high. So I've heard.
So you've heard.
Yes.
I read on the Reddits that that's the way it goes. So anyway, well, I mean, if you're off of Walking Dead, I don't know that we need to talk about it anymore.
Well, I mean,
we'll just stop forever now. It's the end.
Fuck off.
I mean,
this shit is great.
No way, I'll be back with Fear the Walking Dead in a couple weeks. I can't
you
wait.
might be on your own with
Guys, I think it's coming back. I think it's a good one. Oh, wait, never mind.
No, it's Zombie NATO. Never mind.
Zombie NATO.
Listen. I will continue to watch the show. You and I will take our picture like we always do.
Absolutely.
At Comic-Con this year.
If they have a booth, you never know.
I'm sure they will.
They was outside last year and I never got over there, so.
Oh, that's right. I
Yeah.
didn't go last year. That's why I don't know these things. But this year I'm going back. I have a pro pass. If anybody wants to come by, I'll sign your pass.
We'll sign it.
Yes, I'll sign it. I'll bring a
Do an
silver
autograph.
Sharpie.
Steve's gonna walk around and he's gonna be like Wayne and he's gonna be all
100%.
Alex.
Yeah.
Do you know there is a pro like relaxing area area on site
What?
actually that
Fuck
you can go
me,
to.
dude.
Yeah,
You can go in there and color.
yeah, dude.
Yeah,
It's like it's like they have like
it's like I've been fucking signing other people's fucking IDs all day. I feel super stressed out and flushed, dude. I need to decompress and color some pictures.
it's gonna be a great year at Comic-Con. I cannot wait.
I can't wait, dude.
You still think you're doing anything other than sell books? You're deluded. You are not leaving that table. You did not fucking leave the table to piss until 5 p.m. in Chicago.
I forgot, dude.
Yeah, we got a booth.
He ain't going anywhere.
I'm walking the floor.
He ain't going to Hall H.
Saturday at WonderCon, you were there.
Dude, I hit a rhythm. Like
Easy
You know
9
what?
hours.
I'm gonna have this.
Exactly.
I have this fucking feeling. I don't know why, but I have this feeling you're gonna fucking do this year, and you'll say, "I am not gonna fucking do that again down there."
You mean sell?
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh, no
I mean,
way.
I'd like to, but you know what else I like? Money.
Yeah,
like I
that's
really
true.
like money. Like
That's like saying I'm gonna work all season and not go to the Super Bowl.
yeah, it kind of is like.
You'd rather sit in the stands at the Super Bowl.
Right.
I don't
I'm just
know,
gonna
man.
sit. in
You know
the
what the nice
stands.
thing is,
better
though,
make
Steve, is
some
we
fucking
actually have a
damn money.
table at this
'Cause
show.
everybody I fucking know that has done it personally, they go, "God damn, dude, that's just."
Our table's super cheap.
And these guys were people who are like, they do conventions.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see.
I mean,
I
look,
guess we'll
man.
have to see.
Like at the end of the day, we don't really have to sell much to break even. Like on that show, it's like if we sell good for one day, we'll be fine. So small press is
You know
surprisingly
what, dude?
cheap.
Like, I should get a hold of some gummies, some street gummies.
Go in the
Like,
relaxation
heckle you
area.
guys. That would be fun.
Why are you gonna heckle us?
I don't know. I just
You're,
feel that it should.
you
happen.
understand? A picture of you is going to be up at our booth the
I
whole
know,
time,
I've
right?
Seen it. It's magnificent too. So if anybody would like this, if anybody wants to have me sign their badge, just come by.
And
I'll
you're going to
sign
be
it.
cosplaying Luther the whole weekend, right? I'm going to get you a turtleneck and like a fucking jacket. And like,
Peacoat, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm just gonna, you know what? I'm gonna take some biotin and try to get as much hair on my body as I can before now and then.
Yeah, you're surprisingly unhairy. Do you shave or?
No, you gotta see some of the hair that's sprouted up on my back. I didn't know I had.
That's called
Well,
a Tuesday for me.
I
I
said,
don't-
what the fuck happened? That used to be there.
Well,
man.
those gummies have side effects they don't tell you about. So,
Something in those fucking things. They're delicious.
all right. So we got one last thing to talk about, and we've reached the rant section. Does anyone have a rant that they would like to rant about? Any rants? Oh, we've been rant free for a few weeks. Is there anybody that's got anything they want to talk
Didn't
about?
I rant earlier in this episode?
Well, you ranted about how much you loved inbreeding, but that's not really the
No,
same.
that was not the rant.
Fuck. I got nothing right this second.
Well,
I didn't know
Steve-
we were so close.
Steve mentioning Trader Joe's. I have a rant about I hate Trader Joe's.
Oh, why?
Personally, I hate Trader Joe's.
I'm kind of with you. I think it's
Okay.
kind of
He
bullshit.
likes Whole Foods, this motherfucker.
No, 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 no.
He's like,
it's,
I'm more into oldies, actually.
no, it's the reason why I hate Trader Joe's is okay. You say I want chili. Okay, there, Trader Joe's can of chili. No, I want some freaking options. I want to choose between Hunt's or Hormel.
You understand
or-
that that's not how Trader Joe's works,
Exactly.
right?
Their
So
whole
that's
business
why I
model
won't go
is
there.
the actual opposite.
It's very much like
Well, then don't
communist
go there.
Russia.
No.
You want cheese, here cheese.
No, it's
You know,
like it's like
no, that is un-American. That is un-American.
Costco. Well, even at Costco, you didn't get a selection. You just get a lot of it.
Yeah,
But
Stater
what-
Brothers,
no.
Safeway.
It's literally
Vons.
like if Stater Brothers only sold Stater Brothers brand shit.
I wouldn't shop there.
Yeah, but their macaroni and cheese is the best because it's really cheap and there's not a lot of cheese in it, but it's really cheap and you get. You know,
I only eat Velveeta shells and cheese. Thank you.
do
Which
you really?
you cannot get at Trader Joe's.
Yes.
That's right, because they have their
you
Trader
bring some
Joe's
of that
brand.
craft powdery shit. Man, you're not getting invited to my cookout. So I
You're
don't
like
know where
a-
that came from.
You're like a commercial from the 80s, like waiting for a place to happen right there. You're like, how dare you?
So that's my rant on
That-
Trader
Fuck
Joe's.
Trader Joe's.
And you know what? They don't want your.
Well, you know what?
They
I'll
don't
tell
want
you
your
what.
toxic
I'll tell you what.
masculinity in the air.
I'll tell you what. eat a fucking couple of these gummies and take a trip there, and you'll be like, those fucking chocolate lava cakes, throw those in the basket.
Should I wear a man bun and skinny jeans before I walk in?
Do I look like I wear any of that shit? I go in there, dude, just
It's the most hipster store ever.
right
invented.
after.
How
right,
is it a hipster
Dude,
store?
right
It's
after.
totally a hipster store.
They give out coffee and shit
I
in
go
the
in
grocery
there.
store.
I pollute it with my toxic masculinity. I like to go in there right after I work out on leg day when I wear my shorts. Right?
Silkies? Nice.
Yeah, I'm wearing my silkies. Right, I got a great dick print going on. Right, I mean you can see the full outline and everything, dude. Tank top. I'm normally still sweating, dude. And you just see the man bun guys, they just go scattering, dude. They're like, oh, this motherfucker's gonna beat me up and push my Prius off the back dock.
First off, they don't have a back dock. Like, what
Trader Joe's are you going to?
And there's no. First off, none of these people drive Priuses because there's
He's
never any
throwing-
fucking parking at Trader
He's
Joe's.
throwing Greek yogurt at me. This motherfucker.
That's not Greek yogurt.
Right, exactly.
It's Chris's urine from a previous episode.
his-
No.
Pull his manhood out, wiped it all over the cheese, our cheese display. I love going there. Yeah, it's
Oh,
great.
Jesus.
And they got cheap flowers, makes the old lady happy.
I just don't understand what your beef is with Trader Joe's. Like
I want options.
Fuck
I
you
want
and your
options,
Hawaiian
so-
shirt,
like
fucker.
you know what your option is? Don't shop there. Like
And I
that's-
don't.
Well, then
Because I
how
went
is
there
it
once.
un-American? They're just like they opened up a store. They sell some shit. Like you went
With
there
no
one
options.
time.
It's
One
not
time,
American.
you walked in and you're like, "How dare you only? Where's my Stater Brothers brand things? Blue Label, sir. Blue Label."
No, I'm not talking about the generic stuff. That's all they have is generic stuff,
Exactly.
which is garbage.
Well,
No.
I gotta tell
Yes.
you, if you had
Do you-
those chocolate lava cakes from Trader Joe's, you change your opinion. It's fucking delicious.
Especially after some edibles.
Yes.
Okay, Mike, work with me here. Work with me. You're the only guy that seems to like have any sorts of reason.
The other Mike.
Not you. Yes, Eastman, not Jones, because Jones is an idiot apparently. Am I wrong? It's just a store, right?
I mean, I know I hate it when I go to a clothing store and they only carry clothes that are made by that clothing company.
Yeah, right. Like when you go to Anchor Blue and you're like, man, I really want a Hot
Where's
Topic
my Old
shirt.
Navy right now?
Yeah, exactly.
I want my options.
Yeah, exactly. Where's the Vans? I need Vans.
Banana
right now.
Republic is a Banana Republic.
When I go to a grocery store, I want to buy. I want to have
Groceries?
options of what groceries to buy.
You have options. They have apples and bananas. They have chocolate lava cake, as we established.
You don't have to just
Several
get the
times.
apples. You can't get the bananas. Well, that's one hell of a rant.
I mean, it's one of the few times somebody has ranted on the show, and most of the rest of the show went, "No, you're wrong." Like, hey,
Damn you, specialty store, for having specialty items.
Right now, when this episode airs, people are like, these guys are fucking talking about grocery stores? What the fuck is
My issue with them is that they're fucking right in the way of everything else. Like in Redlands, you cannot get fucking past Trader Joe's because there's 8 goddamn million old people walking out of that motherfucker, and you're stuck there for 20 minutes waiting for these assholes to push their little goofy carts or their little handmade.
There are two fucking
Bags.
types of people in Redlands. One are college students, which you are not, and old people,
which you are.
Well, fuck them. Tell them to hurry this shit up. Put in a bridge.
Chris is like, put in a bridge.
Fucking get out of the road. And then they take like 8 hours to back out of a fucking parking space in the front. Or they'll wait there for 8 hours because some motherfucker is loading the groceries into the front row. And they gotta get in that first fucking space because we can't walk 20 feet.
That does make me mad. I was at Target the other day.
Fuck
and someone
Trader
waited
Joe's because it's the
25
same
minutes while I
motherfuckers.
unloaded my cart. I'm like, really? You're not
First off, why did it take you 25 minutes to unload your cart?
because I had some gummies.
Now, what brand were they?
They asked him, would you like a bag? He was like,
And I'm gonna carry these out one at a time. I'll be
Yeah.
right back. Hang out.
Arlen,
I'm not
hold
paying
on.
$1.
Hold on, I'll be right back.
How much is the bags? 10 cents? No.
Stupid.
I do that with Ronald Andrew when we go to Ralph's. It's like, how many items do we have? 13. Would you like a bag, sir? Nah. I'm gonna make the kid carry it.
Dude, when they first enacted that shit here in California, I watched this lady take about 20 fucking bags from a produce section and take them up with her, dude.
She bagged it that way.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Well, I was living in
Holy
San Francisco
shit.
when that bag thing first was enacted, and the problem the city of San Francisco was having is people would grab a receipt out of a garbage can out in the parking lot, walk in, fill their arms, and then walk out showing the receipt like they just purchased everything, and they were getting away with it. Shoplifters were like, yeah, I don't need a bag.
But by the way, if you're listening to the show and you want to shoplift, apparently that's
Here's
the
a
way
new
to
tip
do
and
it,
trick,
right?
yeah.
There you go. Who throws away the receipts, by the way?
I don't know.
Mike when he goes to Trader Joe's. He's like, fuck this place.
One time he went. One time. All right, let's wrap this up right there, you guys. I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. We talked a lot about a lot of stuff. Once again, I am SHAZAM getting shot in the face with a bullet.
I'm kind of not watching Walking Dead anymore.
I'm hating Trader Joe's.
I'm wearing zombie skins.
There's always somebody that doesn't have
Always
nothing,
somebody-
right?
I wanted to say I'm the father of inbred children, but
That's a winner. That's a winner right there.
That's a good one.
There you go. We hope you guys are having a nerd life crisis. Music for the Nerd Life Crisis podcast is provided by Big Papa and the TCB. All music available at bptcb.com or at iTunes. The Nerd Life Crisis is recorded at the Inland Blue Studios. Make sure to subscribe to the Nerd Life Crisis at iTunes and like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram or Twitter at Nerd Life Crisis.